The Rabbit and Gina podcast.
Well, I love the ones we talk about travelling, and wouldn't it be fun to travel, I wanted to go on one of those cruises, or you said you'd go business class and make your
First
kids,
class.
First class and make your kids go economy.
Yeah, I just want them to stay grounded. I don't want them to have it. I feel like they've had it too good for too long anyway.
Yeah.
So
And then you were saying you'd let your wife maybe swap so she can have a go in first class. Well, I know firsthand you're not allowed to do that. I'm going to tell you.
you travel first class.
I've travelled first class once in my life. We went to China.
We can't be friends. I did not know you were like this.
On China Airlines.
Way too bougie.
It was very bougie. So we got invited to be part of this big music thing back in, it was 1998, I think. It was quite a while
them
ago.
were the days.
Yeah, and got flown over to sing, to be the country singer in this thing. And they had everyone from all different countries. Like there was a pop band from Switzerland, and there was
ABBA?
an opera. There was an opera singer from America, and all the different genres from different countries.
Yeah.
So we got flown over by, we didn't pay for the flight. So
The Chinese government or something.
Yeah, I don't know. But we didn't
all
pay.
I know is I didn't pay for it, and I went up
class.
the front part of the plane.
Oh.
Now, what's it like? Now, this is back in the day, so this is a biplane anyway. There
Yeah.
were only 3 passengers. No.
Yeah, we had to flap our wings as we went.
Captain was one of the Wright brothers.
Well, the thing was, my mum ended up coming because I didn't want to go. And it was this big opportunity, and I said to my manager and my agent, I don't want to go because we're about to get married, and all I cared about was finding a wedding dress and getting ready for our wedding.
But a free flight's a free flight.
Well, they tried everything they could to talk me into going because I just did not want to go. And in the end, my agent said, what if your mum can come and you can wedding shop like for your dress in China?
Wow, they played you well.
They played me well. Turns out you get to China, and I was very slim back then, and they look at you and just laugh because we looked so big. Like I said, I wanted to buy some lingerie, and they're like, oh. Funny because
not in that size.
Seriously, and I was like 22 or something, and I was, size 10, and so we couldn't get a wedding dress over there, as it turned out anyway. But Mum came, had that was Mum's first trip overseas ever,
Wow.
and we had the time of our life. But Rod wasn't married to me yet, so he said, Nola, you can have my first class ticket and sit up near Gina.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
He wouldn't do it now. We've been married for 25 years.
He doesn't need to impress her anymore.
Doesn't need to impress her.
Yeah.
So he gave Mum his first class ticket. So Mum and I...
That's when you know he's the one.
That's when Mum knew he was the one.
Yeah. You were already locked in.
Yes. So my husband who's 6 foot, my agent who is probably 6'2" and very big man, and my manager who's tall but not that big. They're back in cattle class.
Cattle class.
And you can
cattle
imagine
class, where we all travel.
And so China Airlines, because they're a lot smaller than us generally,
Smaller seats.
Smaller seats as well. So they're squished up like this, and they had the worst trip. Mum and I are lying back, in full comfort. And so Rod, this is how I know you can't swap. So I said to Rod, look, at some point, why don't we just swap, and you can come up and you can have Mum's seat or have my seat, and we'll swap so you get to have a bit of a sleep.
Wait, which one were you offering?
I don't know yet.
Mum's
in
or yours? Because I was like, now I'm really impressed. You were willing to give up, Mum's.
I don't remember. But what happens when you stand at the curtains of first class on an airline? Rod just opened the curtains up to look through, and Mum and I are the only two in first class, by the way. No one else was in first
All
class.
empty seats.
Of this, everything's empty.
Yeah.
And Rod just went to ask, can I just go up and see my wife? And the flight attendant her only words to Rod were, no. And put a hand up and shut the curtain.
Wow.
Not allowed through at all. So you can't share.
Like a bouncer.
Yeah. You
can't share?
You can't share a
tag, you're in.
That's right. No, you can't do that.
I had a good sleep. I'll go sit back there. You go up and get a sleep.
See, how good would that be if you could? How good would it be? The things that happened, it was the funniest trip. My mum also, they give you fruit every day in China. Beautiful fruit. And Mum, doesn't like to waste. That generation, waste not, want not.
Oh, yeah.
So, Mum packed the fruit to bring on the plane home because she said, we'll eat that.
In the handbag?
In the handbag.
Yeah. I think that's fine to bring into Australia, just fruit from overseas.
And a knife so she could cut the fruit on the plane.
First class again? First class. She's brought fruit and a knife. Just so I can chop up some snacks. That's great.
The Rabbit and Gina podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.